for yours.
Joy.
Pressure comes. Sawyer knocked it out and picks it up. Jack Sawyer headed down the sidelines. Ohio State and score and dagger from 82 yards.
83 yards, actually.
Well, it was a dagger, all right. And I was jumping just like that. I probably looked like that, too. My captain, Jack Sawyer, our captain.
83 yards to the heart of Texas, man. That scooped score put the game on ice and sent them to the national championship on January 20th against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish for a Where's Lou Holtz Part 2.
Where's that man? Where's that man? That geriatric. Where's he at, brother? Yeah. How you feeling the morning after, bro? I mean, like I'm still in a little bit of shock because the game could have gone either way. Had it gone to overtime, who knows what would have happened. They were on the inch-yard line, bro. You can't get close. They had 2 pass interference calls, and they couldn't score because they tried a toss play or, a pitch play on the goal line. At first in goal, I said, oh, they're not getting in. No, Ohio State's going to make the stand. They're going to do it. And lo and behold, they did it.
Yeah, I was in shock as well, especially seeing that toss play on second down, and they lost I think they lost 4 or 5 yards, and then
it was a big loss.
They're back like the 10-11 yard line. I'm just like, did they really just run that?
They really are they that stupid?
Yeah, it seemed like the running backs were cooking against our linebackers. I mean, we
Jaden Blue was nice, man. The old line was opening up holes for sure.
Yeah, it seemed like when Jaden Blue tried to do a little wheel route, it seemed like we didn't have an answer for it. So
lethal, dude.
It's probably because so obviously at the goal line the field had shrunk, so they're just trying to find any other way to get into the end zone. But here's the thing: we're Ohio State is no stranger to having goal line stands. They had one against Nebraska, a big one against Penn State. Even though they lost the Michigan game, they had one as well.
Multiple against Michigan.
And this one had to be. This is the biggest goal line stand this season for the Ohio State Buckeyes. 83 yards through the heart of Texas by no other than the hometown hero, the Ohio kid, was born and raised in a outer suburb of Columbus, Jack Sawyer. Captain Jack Sawyer, that is.
I love it when Ohioans make big plays and big moments, man. It just brings joy to my heart. The Pickerington, Ohio native, basically Columbus, might as well say, man. Wonderful football factory that fed Ohio State throughout the years with a bunch of players. And another great one in Captain Jack Sawyer, man. He stood out there for that coin toss, and then he was able to celebrate and pick up Day, man. That moment was so cool, man. That when he picked up Ryan Day, he just kind of had that joy-filled, glee-filled moment.
Yeah, man. Another player who we got to give our roses to is Will Howard, man. He came back calm, cool and collective after that interception, dude. Prior to this, when he was at Kansas State, he never beat Texas. So he's, before the game, he's like, man, I got to get out of here with a win against Texas. This is the last shot. And he was able to do that. He actually got offensive player of the game, and Jack Sawyer got defensive player of the game. So I think he finished the game with 289 yards, 1 touchdown. So, that was huge for him. And he had a shot to get into the end zone, but he's excited, man. He's like, oh my gosh, I see all this green, and just like he tripped over himself, man. That invisible 12th man on defense.
Stinking turf monster strikes again.
Yeah, but here's the thing: Quishon Judkins showed up big, man. I mean, so did Henderson. Before we get to Quishon, let's talk about Henderson, dude.
That big play before the half.
That big play for the half, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a wall of red, And this dude can. It's funny because Chris Farley's like, man, there's Henderson catching the pass. He can make a house call. He's like, oh my gosh, Henderson's going. He's going.
He might do
it. He's on, dude. And I was just like,
it was a perfect setup for the call. It was great.
Oh yeah, dude. And hats to Will Howard for not freezing on the pressure.
Here's the thing with that play, man. I saw that potential to be a big play. I saw the blocks lining up. I said, this could be decent. You see a limited version of the field, limited, part of the field. But I was like, this has a chance. And then when he broke through, I said, oh, forget about it, dude. And the afterburners are on. He's gone. He's gone to the end zone.
I mean,
and he surefire was.
The moment I knew he was gone is when he made that last shift, saw the hole, and just put it into acceleration. I'm like, it's over. It's gone. No one's when this we saw it his freshman year against Minnesota when he took that halfback screen pass, first play, took it
first
all
touchdown.
First touchdown, took it all the way to the house. No surprise at all. I knew it was over. Again, I knew it was over on that play when he did that little shift and he saw the hole. He just put into second gear, dude. Just gone. Put the burners on, man.
It's a great moment, man. And Ohio State most likely 1-1 had they not scored that touchdown because Texas would have been going for the win and they would have kicked the field goal had Ohio State not scored that touchdown right before the half. So that's a big time score, man, with under 30 seconds to go. And wow, TreVeyon Henderson, man, he continues to show up in some big games. He's had, up and down career, but he's one of the fastest players to ever don an Ohio State uniform. And he's certainly one of the fastest tailbacks to ever play for Ohio State. And I'm glad we have our senior TreVeyon Henderson back. He's been phenomenal, man. He split the carries with Quinshon all year, and he's just a humble beast, man. Like he did throw that slap in that face. A very uncharacteristic moment for TreVeyon. But you don't see him flare up with his temper that often. That's not something you see from him. He is a little fiery, but he's never gotten into moments like that.
Yeah,
but he more than made up for it.
Like, man, this dude is humble. He has his faith. He more likely went and prayed about it in the sideline, man. Wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Yeah, 100%.
Wouldn't be surprised if he would. But dude, I think he ended the game with like 115, 117 yards, a touchdown. And dude, let's talk about Junkins, man. Since we're on running backs, that dude is a dog. 2 touchdowns, not only touchdowns, but like, dude, they were power runs. They were power runs, man.
He said, "Get off me."
Yeah, and dude, that block that laid out that cornerback, and I forgot who it sprung, but man, like that dude can ball. He's physical.
He's a football player.
It's just like, yeah. And dude, Jack Sawyer and JTT, especially JTT, showed up as well. Like
Warriors hurt.
I could see them slipping into the low first round, especially.
I can see it for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, definitely low first round, high second round. I mean, it's crazy because like we were all saying it was like year 2, year 3, like when it like we have these 2 5-star edges.
When are they gonna pop?
The best in their class. Yeah, like dude, and they popped at they shown up at the right moment, dude. Like if there's any moment when their potential was unleashed, this is it. Because this is the biggest moments of them all, man.
I'll tell you what, man. No better time to pop and shine. I'm excited for this Buckeye team full of Ohio natives, but also guys from all over the country because that's what Ohio State does. They recruit nationally, man. It's not just an Ohio thing, but it is Ohio against the world, and they're showing why it is Ohio against the world because everybody is gnashing their teeth that the 13-2 Buckeyes are playing for a national title. And I'm excited for the opportunity that lies ahead. But what a performance, man. Quinn Ewers he looked decent. Like, we held him in check. Like, there was no receiver that got behind the defense. Gunnar Helm, he got his a little bit, in that fourth quarter, especially on that last drive. I was like, wow, they're getting Gunnar going, man. He could be a weapon down the red zone, but He was completely ineffective towards the end zone, and we shut down their biggest one of their biggest threats. Now, Jadon Blue, like we mentioned earlier, he ate yesterday in that wheel route game, in that halfback pass game. He did phenomenally well, and that was concerning.
Why, here's the thing. Why did they put Cody Simon in him? Cody Simon has shown up big this season, but just like, why would you put? I mean, Jaden Blue's quick, man. I mean, he's got a great
Yeah,
acceleration.
not even Style could keep up with him on that first touchdown, though.
Yeah, that's right. Not even Styles, but since we're talking about Texas offense, we shown the tape of Quinn Ewers against Georgia in our last video, our Ohio State Texas preview, or it was what Ohio State needs to do to beat Texas. And we saw it for what it was. Quinn Ewers, like he made some bad mistakes. He made some bad judgment calls. I mean, stepping up when the pocket's collapsing, he steps up into where the pressure is.
Right where JTT was.
Yeah, man. I just like, especially like these two edges are cooking, man. The D line's cooking, and you're gonna step up to where they are. It's just some of the things were questionable. And dude, Hancock. So I was hearing the announcers when Ewers threw that pass to who was it, to Helm towards the sideline, and it's just like, if he would have thrown that on the money, Hancock would have picked that off. Probably had
Oh
house
yeah,
called.
he would have been in the end zone.
And that
For
thing,
sure.
that last play, he has, not trying to bash Quinn Ewers. I mean, dude, he's brought Texas back.
Yeah.
Texas fans should be grateful. Yeah, he had his down moments, but he put them back on the map, because we've seen what happens to Texas when Quinn Ewers is injured, especially his first year starting. They're a whole different team, because he did come back in the next season and beat Alabama at Alabama, but he has like no
And
awareness of when the pressure is coming, because
one
that's
more.
what resulted in the Jack Sawyer fumble.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. There was nobody open, thank goodness. And one more thing on that, man. Texas fans, be careful what you wish for. I know you're pining for Arch Manning to take over, but if he doesn't reach the semifinals, which Quinn Ewers has done 2 years in a row now, that's a step back, man. The only way forward is winning the semifinals and going to play for a national championship. So the bar has been set high by Quinn Ewers, and be careful what you wish for, man. I know you Quinn Ewers is going to enter the portal, and he'll go to another school just like Carson Beck did. And Arch Manning's got a lot of pressure on him. I'll just say that. Let's see how he lives up to it next season. In Columbus, they'll meet again August 30th to open the season.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's already going to be a highly anticipated matchup. A lot of hype, dude. I'm thinking like punching my ticket to that game, but we'll see. It's my Sarah and I, we make it a tradition to go down to go. We're making a tradition to see Ohio State, Penn State. So that's number one on my list. Number two on my
That's so
list
cool.
is making it to the Ohio State Michigan game. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens.
We'll see which one we choose.
That. Yeah, we'll see which one, man.
We
But
definitely got to see a game together.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, dude, I mean, like we saw Quinn Ewers for what he was. He's just, I mean, he's good. He brought Texas back, but he's just another Dylan Gabriel. When he's under pressure, just makes the not very good decisions. Just a completely different quarterback, and just held on to the ball too long at times as well. Just like Dylan Gabriel did, dude.
Well, it's hard when you got these big old missiles, defensive ends coming at you, man. These edge rushers, bro, they're huge and they're nasty. Shout out to JTT for playing through the injury too, man. That looked like a rough ankle injury. His whole foot was taped up, the whole freaking shoe was, and he still played like a warrior.
Speaking of injuries, man, hats off to Will Howard, dude. Did you see his hand? Now, I know people are saying that looks like a fracture. I think that's just a giant knot, dude.
I don't know what the heck
I
that was.
played, dude. I played football before, and when your wrist or the top of your hand collides with like a helmet, a face mask, that hurts, man.
Yeah.
There-
Yeah.
That's
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 gotta be
more than likely,
painful.
that's more than likely a giant knot, and they're gonna have to get the kinks out, man. But
Thank God
yeah,
it wasn't on his throwing hand.
oh yeah, definitely, definitely. But you know, people want to hate on Will Howard, man, but I think hands
Ooh,
down,
not me.
you know, no, I'm not talking about Ohio State fans. I'm talking about like the rest of college football. I remember, I forgot who it was in the media or whatever. I mean, it was an ex Texas player. He said, "Will Howard's one of the worst quarterbacks that's left in this playoff." We gotta shift our attention to like, okay, like
Right.
this dude is clutch. He's tough. He's got that dog in him, and he's stepping to the plate and he's swinging and he's not missing. So,
Yeah.
and I
Hey,
think
man.
I think him and Riley Leonard are the best quarterbacks in this college football playoff in terms of toughness, being clutch, and getting it done for their team.
I was really impressed with Riley Leonard last year when I saw him play Notre Dame as the Duke quarterback. And I said, this guy's good, man. He's got moxie, he's got swagger, and he knows how to lead. And he led his team to the national title game where he had to face the Irish in Atlanta on Jan 20th. A fabulous matchup that's coming down the tracks, man. But I'd rather have nobody else than Will Howard leading the way. Yeah, Kyle McCord broke an ACC record, broke Deshaun Watson's record for most passing yards in the season. Don't care. Don't care at all. Don't care at all. Will Howard's our leader. He's our fearless leader. 13-2 Buckeyes taking on the Irish for a national championship, man.
Dude, did you see how pumped he was on the sideline when Sawyer took it back to the
That was
house?
sick. I saw that when I was lying in bed
After
before I went to
that,
sleep.
dude,
Yeah.
he was punching Sawyer in the chest, like he was yelling, like "Let's
Yeah, it was.
go!" Just
Let's
dude,
freaking go.
just dude, like that. That's the type of quarterback that we needed on this sideline, and we
Oh,
definitely
100%.
did not get that with McCord.
He was a quiet, reserved individual. And hey, if that's who you are, that's who we are. But you're not going to lead Ohio State that way.
You know who Will Howard reminds me of in terms of tenacity and just intensity, dude? JT Barrett, man.
Yeah, 100%. That's who came to mind for me too just now.
I mean, like if you see how JT Barrett was in those intense moments, man, just calm, cool, collective,
Always.
confident, just ferocious, and just like in the zone. That's Will Howard. I mean, yeah, Will Howard's like he's no Justin Fields or Dwayne Haskins, which
Right.
those were both great leaders as well, by the way.
Yes.
Um, but he'll get the job done for you, man. I mean,
Absolutely.
he's really improved since his Kansas State days. I mean, that dude has had a 98.7 QBR in this playoffs.
He's going to set the record. Oh, go ahead.
I I know that I'm looking for him to not make that mistake that he did
Yeah.
against Texas. I mean, it happens, man, but it was kind of a head scratcher because I'm like, dude, I'd understand if you're trying to get Jeremiah Smith to the highest point, but that was like kind of like a 15-yard like curl route, just
Right.
sitting back there and waiting, and it was just like the window was closed. I mean, the window was never open.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was staring down.
He's covered.
Yeah, he was covered. And Will Howard was staring down Jeremiah Smith. So,
He
but
does
yeah,
that. He does do that from time to time. He does.
yeah, man, it's man, Jeremiah Smith, dude, one reception for 3 yards. But you know what? Here's the thing, though. That dude has 8 and 8 during these playoffs and in the regular season. But sometimes you just got to be a team player and be like, man, they're putting 3 guys on me. I'm this great. So you know what? I'm gonna let my other
Yeah.
teammates, my brothers, be able to
Well, that's what
feast
Texas
and get
chose to
theirs.
do.
So
Texas chose to shut down Jeremiah Smith and open the caveats for Henderson's big play, for Quinshon to score 2 touchdowns, for Emeka to eat, for Carnell Tate to eat. Yeah, he dropped the first touchdown pass, but he more than made up for it. Made a lot of catches throughout the evening. for Ohio State. And Will Howard is going to set the record for completion percentage in a season at Ohio State. He's going to set the record for sure, unless he has a disastrous national title game, which I don't foresee.
Yeah, it's crazy because you look at his stats at Kansas State. I don't think he ever got above 65% completion rate.
We kept looking at that in the offseason, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, and we're like, that's a bit concerning. But let's see what Ryan Day can do with this guy. I mean, it's miracles. It's amazing what Ryan Day has been able to do with
Quarterback
Will
guru.
Howard, man. Yeah, quarterback guru, man.
He just got Will Howard drafted. I'll say that. I don't think he'll be in the league long, but he got Howard drafted. Whereas had he stayed at Kansas State, he wasn't getting drafted.
Oh no, man. We wouldn't even know who Will Howard is.
No. And he's a Midwest QB.
Dude, I mean, dude, not trying to bash Will Howard, but the best thing that could have happened to him is getting benched at Kansas State and getting his opportunity in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, man. He made a good decision coming to Columbus.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you don't like I said, man, throughout the season, you don't know true glory until you understand and experience true pain.
That's a good quote, man. That's a good way to end it, I feel like. we gotta get that glory in this title game, though.
Yeah, definitely. It's it's going to be interesting on how they game plan for all these weapons. Now, one player to look out in that secondary for Notre Dame is Xavier Watts.
Oh, he's a stud.
Yeah, definitely. But dude, Ohio State's got to get it done, man. I mean, I think they'll be a playoff team next season, but I don't think they'll be like in this national. I don't think they'll be a championship contender. It's going to be a while before they get back to that.
Possibly. We'll see. Hopefully not, but we'll see how it shakes out. But the important thing is right now that we're playing for a national championship, and we are we have everything in front of us, and that's exciting, man.
Yeah. One more thing. Keep in mind, there is a certain big-time transfer portal target who is in Columbus today. He's from Georgia, Damon Wilson. And what a better time for him to visit after seeing what Captain Jack Sawyer did.
Why would you not want to come? Hey, man.
I know, man.
Go Bucks and God bless. We'll see you on the next one.
OH.
IO.